Do you bring your underwear?
Hey everybody, back again. This is part 2 of food, clothing, and gear that I'll typically bring on a weekend trip. 3-day, 2-night trip. Yeah, so why don't we go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with my base layer and work up to my insulating layer and my my weather protection clothing. So anyway, here we go. First off, I'm going to start with socks. I got polypropylene socks, 2 pair, 1 for sleeping, 1 for hiking. Then I'll move on to my wool. I got 1 for hiking, 1 for sleeping. Keep my feet nice and warm. And then I got my toiletries, toothpaste, toothbrush, mirror, toilet paper. I got my trusty bandana. And then my base layer here for the rest of me is polypropylene long johns, tops and bottoms. And then I'll typically hike in a polar fleece long pants, so that's really good. And then my trusty wool sweater, that's what I pretty much wear on every trip, even in the summertime. This is great. I've had this one for about 17 years. This is my trusty wool. And then for my hands, typically what I'll do is I'll have a pair of polypropylene liners, and then as you've seen, I hike in either fingerless gloves, stuff like that, or I can take these out and if it gets really cold, I'll put a pair of wool mittens on, keep my hands a little bit warmer. And then for playing in the snow and so forth, I will basically use an outdoor research or an OR over mitt, and I put everything right in here, secure that safely, and it works out really well. And the hands stay really nice and warm. So that's basically my my layering system for my hands to keep them warm. Polypro liners, wool gloves, wool fingerless gloves, and then my over mitts. So that takes care of that. And then for my head, I typically have my polar fleece hat. I bring a neck warmer just in case it gets really cold out, and that'll protect my face. An essential part of my winter gear is my gaiters. Helps keep the snow out of my boots and the lower half of my polar fleece pants nice and dry and clean. So that's a really important part. And then when I'm sitting around camp or stop for lunch, what I'll typically do is I'll take out these REI rain pants and put them on. They're Gore-Tex. They're pretty nice. They have a zipper, so you can unzip, get your boots in through really easily. And then for my outer layer to protect me from the elements is I got an REI Gore-Tex. They call it a triad. So it works out really well. And then for my insulating layer, I have a down jacket that actually zips into the triad, and it works out really well. So that's for my weather elements. And then this year I actually bought some new pairs of boots, and they're a whole lot lighter than the ones that I had. Those ones were kind of the original waffle stomper kind of hiking boot, red laces, leather boots and everything, and those were extremely heavy. So I'm really excited to have bought some new boots. I got the Merrell Phaser Peaks, and they're about 3 pounds, a little over 3 pounds. Some people would say that those would be really heavy, but compared to where I came from, these are super light to me, and I'm really excited to use them and see how far I can go. Along with that, I ended up buying the if I can get these out here, I bought the Superfeet insoles, and this first time that I used them on my last trip in January, oh my gosh, I loved these. So I'm really excited to use these in the summertime to see how many miles I can actually put on in a day, rather than hiking 4 to half dozen miles. So anyway, that's pretty much what I bring on a typical 3-day, 2-night trip. And let's go ahead and move on to part 3, which is the gear. All right? Talk to you soon.